Welcome back everyone to At Saved Christ, your go-to channel for deep dives into the most compelling stories of the Bible. Today, we're exploring a truly inspiring tale, the story of Joseph, the dreamer who rose from betrayal and hardship to become a leader in Egypt. Buckle up, because this story is packed with drama, divine intervention, and powerful life lessons. Joseph's story spans Genesis chapters 37 to 50 and is one of the longest and most detailed narratives in the Bible. It's a tale of betrayal, perseverance, and ultimate redemption. A story that showcases God's sovereignty and ability to bring good out of even the darkest situations. Let's dive in. Joseph's journey begins as the 11th son of Jacob and the firstborn of Rachel, Jacob's beloved wife. From the start, Joseph is favored by his father. This favoritism is symbolized by a richly ornamented robe, the famous coat of many colors. But while Joseph enjoyed his father's love, his brothers were filled with envy and resentment. Things escalate when Joseph shares two dreams. In the first dream, his brothers' sheaves of grain bow down to his sheaf. In the second, the sun, moon, and 11 stars bow to him. These dreams suggest Joseph's future prominence, but instead of inspiring awe, they deepen his brothers' jealousy. One day, Jacob sends Joseph to check on his brothers as they tend sheep. Seeing him approach, the brothers plot to kill him. Reuben, the eldest, intervenes and suggests they throw Joseph into a cistern instead, secretly planning to rescue him later. But when Reuben is away, the brothers sell Joseph to a caravan of Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver. Joseph is taken to Egypt as a slave, while his brothers deceive their father with Joseph's bloodied coat, leading Jacob to believe his beloved son is dead. In Egypt, Joseph is sold to Potiphar, a high-ranking official. Despite his dire circumstances, Joseph's unwavering faith and integrity shine. God blesses everything Joseph does, and Potiphar notices, putting him in charge of his household. But just as things seem to improve, Joseph faces another trial. Potiphar's wife falsely accuses him of attempting to assault her after he resists her advances. Despite his innocence, Joseph is thrown into prison. Even in prison, God's favor remains with Joseph. He quickly earns the trust of the prison warden and is placed in charge of the other prisoners. Here, Joseph interprets the dreams of two of Pharaoh's servants, the cupbearer and the baker. For the cupbearer, Joseph predicts restoration to his position, and for the baker, execution. Both interpretations come true, but the cupbearer forgets about Joseph after being released. Two years pass and Joseph remains in prison until Pharaoh has two troubling dreams. In the first, 7 healthy cows are devoured by 7 scrawny cows. In the second, 7 full heads of grain are consumed by 7 thin heads. None of Pharaoh's advisors can interpret the dreams, and that's when the cupbearer remembers Joseph. Joseph is summoned, and with God's help he explains that the dreams foretell 7 years of abundance, followed by 7 years of severe famine. He advises Pharaoh to store surplus grain during the years of plenty to prepare for the famine. Impressed by Joseph's wisdom and God-given insight, Pharaoh appoints him as second in command over Egypt. Joseph oversees the storage of grain during the 7 years of abundance, ensuring Egypt's survival during the famine. He's given authority, wealth, and a new name, Zaphanath-Paneah. During the famine, Jacob's family in Canaan faces starvation. Hearing that Egypt has grain, Jacob sends his sons to buy food. They unknowingly bow before Joseph, fulfilling his childhood dreams. Joseph recognizes them, but doesn't reveal his identity right away. Instead, he tests their character through a series of interactions. Eventually, Joseph can no longer contain his emotions. In a dramatic moment, he reveals himself. "I am Joseph. Is my father still alive?" Overcome with guilt and fear, the brothers brace for retribution. But Joseph reassures them, saying, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Genesis 50, verse 20. Joseph's story is a powerful reminder that God is always at work, even when life feels unfair or hopeless. His journey teaches us about forgiveness, resilience, and trusting in God's plan. Joseph's ability to forgive his brothers and recognize God's hand in his trials is a testament to his faith and character. It also challenges us to remain faithful in adversity, trusting that God can transform our hardships into blessings for us and others. And that's the story of Joseph, the dreamer who rose from the pit to the palace. It's a narrative rich with spiritual truths and timeless lessons. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who could use some inspiration. Thanks for tuning into It Saved Christ. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep trusting, and keep uncovering the treasures of God's Word. See you soon!